Welcome back to another video, guys. A bit of a different one on the channel today. We're going to be installing heated seats into the caddy. It's a kit, so it can go on any sort of seats. It hasn't got to be, you haven't got to buy heated seats, and then I'm going to show you how to wire them in. It's actually a kit, so I'm going to show you how to take your seats apart. Like skin the fabric off the felt, off the memory foam, sorry. We're going to put this kit in. I'm going to show you how to wire it up, and yeah, that's all. So let's get into it. I'll show you the kit, and then we get one of the seats out, and I'll show you how to do one, and then I'll do the other one off camera so you don't get bored, and I'll show you them in the van. Yeah, so let's get into it. So this is the kit. So basically what it is, this is the heating pad. So this is what's going to, basically your back is going to be sitting up against this, and this is what's going to get warm, and this is where you're going to feel the heat from. It comes with a wiring loom, so there's two wires coming off. These are separate pads. You've got one for the, obviously your back half, and one for the bottom half. So there's two wires coming off the heating pads. It goes into this little loom. This little loom goes into a little relay. That's all I can imagine that would be, a little relay. And it goes off onto a long wire so you can place your switch. On this switch, you have sort of two options. You go up for, all I can imagine is max heat. Bottom for like half heat, and then in the middle is off. And I'm pretty sure this button does light up as well. We're going to be yet to sort of see that. I've laid this out so you can sort of see sort of the wiring behind it before I start shoving it in the seats. And then off this little relay you've got another wire that comes off, and then that goes to a positive and a negative. On the positive there's an inline fuse, so you haven't got to worry about these sort of doing anything to your car. And then you've obviously got two terminals that need to go to a live and a negative. So that's the kit. I'm going to get one of the seats out now, and I'm going to show you it. On these, like, I brought this kit because the seats that I've got haven't got the heating elements in them, and to sort of retrofit, from my knowledge from doing research on that, retrofitting the heated seats into the loom is a nightmare. I think it might not be, I haven't done it before, but from my knowledge and looking online, it looks like a nightmare. So I bought this kit. It's got really good reviews. They're cheap enough. I'll put a link in the description to this kit. So yeah, I'm going to get one of the seats out now, and I'll show you how to do it. Let's get into it. So guys, I'm going to start off with the passenger seat. I've just got it on the panel stand now. So basically what I was saying is getting the fabric off the memory foam. This like fabric with the pattern you can take off, and you've got your memory foam underneath. And what this kit needs to do, we need to put our heating element in between the memory foam and this fabric, so it'll sit behind here and obviously on the bottom here. What we're going to do, so from the back, if we wind this forward, you can see from the back that it all links up down here. It all just sort of pulls off from that down here. So we're going to roll it forward, and I'll show you how to do that from behind. So I'm going to roll it forward, I'll get you on the head mount, and we get that back bit off. So guys, as you can see, I've already clipped this bit out, but this is what it sort of clips into. There's a tube here, and basically what that does is that folds over like that and clips up into this tube. Here, I'll show you on this one. It's sort of, you've got to be sort of gentle, but it sort of clips out like that. And then that bit comes out. And again, with the other side, and you sort of see the memory foam in there already. So that's that bit. And then this bit, I did notice that this sort of pulls out as well. I'm gonna have to find out how, but so that sort of pulls out. So this bit needs to come across it. They sort of need to go like that, by the looks of it. Yeah. So all seats are going to be a little bit different. Oh, this one's been a bit. All seats are going to be a little bit different. Like my seats might be different to yours, but I can imagine they're going to be the same sort of concept. So we can pull the seat round now. So on this corner, as you've got that, you'll be able to, I'm just going to push the seat back a little bit, You might be able to pull that's it, I can pull the bottom through, so I'm going to pull that through like that. You can see the memory foam there, and then we can just work on pulling this round so this somehow comes, so that just pulls off there. Does look like there is lining pins on it, as you can see in there. If you can see, there's a flat there, a flat there, and a flat there, and they slide in there, so you can't get that wrong. That can only go on one way. So that's that, and then we can just pull this round. So if you can see in here, there's a little round clip in there, which you're going to have to pry apart. So you're sort of going to have to get pliers and pry it apart to hook that off the bar, and then you can pull it up. And all I can imagine is there's one there, one there, one there, and one there, sort of on every wrinkle, and then you'll be able to pull that up. So I'm going to get a pair of pliers, pull that one off, and I'll show you how that one's done, and then I'll do the same for the rest. I've got a set of pliers and a set of needle nose. Well, I need no pliers and a set of side cutters. I'm going to try. You can see in there, that's the clip. You've sort of got to pull it apart. Need a little bit challenging, because not a lot of room. So, see, that's already coming apart. So, I think that's. And then you sort of got to unhook it from the seat. Or from the bar. I'm going to try from the bar. So, we've got it to that point, guys. These are some of the clips. Some of them are still in, so you've got to bend them like that. And then when you're done with them, sort of press them back together, if that makes sense. And they clip one there, there was one there, and one here, going through that hole, that one, and that one, and the one in there. And then here I've sort of come up to something different. It's sort of a clip, if that makes sense. So that bar sort of clips in. So just put it forward a little bit so you can see. So with that clip, I'm going to try to show you to the best I can. All I can imagine is to just push the bottom down with a little screwdriver, and it comes out. So in here, there's the clip. Like I said, just push the bottom down and then try to get your finger behind it, maybe. This might be the wrong way of doing it, guys. It's just the way I'm trying to do it, and that did actually work. So that's just a push, yeah, that's just a push. Actually clipped them all out. So just push in, sort of opens up. So you just sort of get that lip out, and that's that done. So we can pull the cover up a little bit more. There's one more, well, there's two more of these little metal ones in here that I'm going to do now. So you just got to spin it round. I know you probably can't see right now. You sort of just got to spin it round until the two bits sort of come together, if you can see there, and then grab hold of one. This is how I've been doing it. Grab hold of one right where they meet, one side, just twist, and then that goes up, sort of opens it up a little bit, and then you just push it back onto the bar. Just open it up a little bit more. Just twist it, and then that pulled off, so it just opens like that. And obviously when it's time to put that back on, you'll just put it on and then push that back together. And then do the other side. So like I said again, spin it round until you got the join. Grab onto one side. Oh, that one actually ripped. That's annoying. Well, that one ripped. It's not a problem because it can still be held in, but you don't really want to rip them. Obviously, that was an accident, but it happens. So again, push down on the clip. With that one, I'm actually going to make another hole. I'm going to put another one here, just so it's holding in. So we're going to get that clip out again. I didn't pull them all out. Yeah, I did. Right. And we can pull up the rest. We've got another 2 clips in there. We can do that, and that should be enough. And then with the padding, we're going to sort of have to have it flat here, and then dip in. We're going to have to cut around all the clips, but I'll show you that when it gets to it. I'm going to do them 2 clips now, get it up a little bit more, and then I'll show you putting the padding on. So guys, I've got to this point. There's no point in undoing these last 2 little clips because that needs to tuck in as well. So it's sort of going to be there anyway, and we're going to lose a little bit as well where we cut it. On the back, you're going to see where we're going to cut it. It sort of needs to, you can't cut through these lines, so it sort of needs to be there or in one of these, if you know what I mean. Sorry about the noise. Just to roll the shutter, but it's in one of, like, you need to cut it in one of these, and then it does come with a little bit of tape, a little bit of like heat tape to tape around where you've cut it. So I'm going to sort of do a sort of demo run, get some lines cut up, and then I'll show you where I've done it, how I've done it, and yeah, I'm going to go get a knife, cut some, and I'll show you how I've done like the top half, and then we'll do the bottom half. So guys, this is what I've come up with. Sort of clipped that bit in. So basically what I'm doing is, you can see that bit's done. Peeling back the tape, you see the 3 little clips. I'm pulling it down, I'm finding where the 3 little clips are, marking them with whiteboard pen, marking where the clips are, and then I'll spin it back round and I can see the whiteboard pen through the actual felt, and then I can sort of go and mark and make a hole where I can have it. And then there is this little sort of tape that comes with it. It is actually cut into sections, and then you don't worry about the front one because the top one isn't actually, like, the fibres aren't actually in it, it's just the loose bit at the top. But you'd put that across, or cut sections out and cut sections where your holes are, put that in, and then you'd have it on every one. So if that makes sense, you don't have to worry about the corner bits because you're not actually going to be on the corner bits. It's mainly just this bit, and then obviously this bit at the bottom. So I'm going to sort of get on with that. There's not much to see other than, yeah, what I've just explained. You just sort of cut it in where the holes are. You don't want to cut through these lines. Just literally in where the holes are. Any hole, any one. But yeah, put them down, and then I'll show you getting the bottom off and then doing the bottom. So yeah, so that's how you put the little tape over your cuts, and then you can wedge them in over the little clips and then clip it back in. So that's how that goes. So guys, that's the top half done. It's all in now. We haven't just got round to the back. The wire that's coming out from the heating element, I've tucked through this hole. There's a little hole here and it goes down to the bottom, so that's out of the way. I'm now going to pull that back up how it was, leave that dangling at the bottom because that's where all the wiring is going to be. Hook up all the back how you see me take it off, and then we're going to move around to the bottom half. So I'll get back to you once I've done that, and we're going to make a start on doing the bottom half. So guys, I've got the top half done. Moving on to the bottom half now, you can see our wire coming down. Obviously that can be with a little zip tie or something, just to hold that up to the bottom, and then we can put our relay and that sort of in this area here, so it's all on the seat, and then get a liven and earth off the car. On these ones I can see already that we've got little clips here going over the sort of frame of the seat, so we're going to get in there and sort of unclip it like that, both sides, and it's also for the top as well. They just literally pull towards you, nice and easy for the bottom, and hopefully that then wrapped around. But I think we might have a few more clips, like the top half. So I'm going to try and get the bottom off. You're going to have to remove this little bit of trim that's just held on by some clips and bolts. But I'm going to try and remove the bottom half sort of here, and I'll get back to you on the other side, whether there is bolts or not, or clips or not, sorry. I'll get back to you on there. For now, I'm going to do this little bit, and yeah, we'll go back to you then. Just showing you this trim. The trim that went here, there was a bracket held on by two T25s. The little handle here does just literally pull off, and the little roller does just pull off. Again, with the little clips, they just come off. Just weight your way down. You haven't got to put a brute amount of force into them. Sometimes you do, but they are a bit awkward. Just that one off. Just got to do the top one now. That's two sides off. Just got to do the top one that just pulls out, and then hopefully we can just fold it back and undo the clips. Fingers crossed. Right, I'm going to do that top one now. I just want to show you that trim. Do the top one, and I'll get back to you obviously when I'm ready to fold it over. So I've undone all the little clips, guys, and it seems to be that the whole thing's coming out. I'm going to try separating it from the memory foam like I did the top. Yeah, and again, plastic clips this time, which, like I show you on the top one, you just got to push them back and then pull them out, which is easy enough. Let me just do that to both of them. So that's that. I want to try to keep the memory foam in place. As you can see down here, what have we got here? Yeah, literally just a plastic clip again. We've got another one down here. And we're also just plastic clips in here. So it's literally just plastic clips on the top one, thankfully, because the metal ones were an absolute pain to get out. So you can just pull all this off. And I'm going to sit the seat up. Roll it back a little. And then, as you can see, it's literally just a matter of these little clips, which is really easy, actually. So, and this is obviously for anyone that's thinking, oh, how does a car know when I'm sitting in the seat to put a light on the dash? I'm not wearing a seatbelt. This is it, basically. That's the little weights. My van actually hasn't got the seatbelt warnings, but this is the little weights, and that's what it does. That's how it knows. So that's one for anyone that don't know. That's how it knows. So I'm going to get the fabric in. I'm going to get the element in. Again, cut the little holes for the clips, get it down. And I'm probably going to run the wire out the front. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to run the wire out the back along with the other one to make it look neat and tidy. So I'm going to get to that, and I'll get back to you once I'm sort of halfway through it. Show you how I'm getting on. So yeah. I just wanted to show you guys a little something. So on these kits, they have wires on the bottom, and you can actually feel the wires like through. So I can sort of, like, if I push hard enough, I can feel the wire here going down from the top one. So obviously it finishes like there. I can feel the wire going down. So on this one, I just thought, because it's the bottom, I've sort of cut as you can see here, I've sort of cut the memory foam so I can put the kit, because I have to run it out the front because I'm going to be able to feel it at the back. There's no way of avoiding that, so I didn't really want to run it out the front, but it's the only way. So I can sort of pull the element sheet through, just so it misses the wires, and then I can put some double-sided sticky tape in there, hold that foam back, and then that gives me the full length. Obviously they're going to be pushed in the gaps, but that gives me the full length, so then when they are pushed in like so, that's sort of, if I put it up a little bit more, just so it just misses it, that then sort of gives me the full length, whereas before it comes to about here. With folding it around, it comes to about here. So that's the main bit that you're going to be sitting on, that little bit. You're not really going to be sitting in this area, which is good because that's where it finishes. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to now do what I've done before. I'm going to get a marker pen, just go down there, feel where the clip is, and just put a little mark. Again, put a little mark, and then pull them out. And where I have the mark, I can then cut in the little gaps, and then put a bit of a tedious process, but pull the double-sided sticky tape that's on the back of the sheet up, and then again wedge it in, push the clip through the cut, and then that gives that room to then go clip back in. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that, get them in, clip it all back on, and then I'll show you the wiring underneath. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that, and for me it's probably going to be about half an hour because these are an absolute nightmare to sort of fit, but it is what it is. I want the heated seats, so we're going to get on with it. For you, it's going to be literally a millisecond. For me, it's going to be about half an hour, but let's get into it. So that's the seat back, all back together with the elements in. I've just got to put this casing on. Basically, the wires coming in from here for the bottom one, and the wires coming here from the top one. So there are our plugs. All we're going to do now is get our wiring loom. We're going to plug them in. We're going to put the resistor in. I'll probably put it up here somewhere along with the inline fuse, so it's easy to get to. I'll probably position the inline fuse down here or this side, because this side is going to be towards the inside of the car, which I want the wires going towards the centre console to get a live and a earth. So I'm going to get on with that. It's quite hard to show you, so I'm just going to get on with it and show you how I've done it and show you where I'm going to put the switch in that. So I'll get on with that. I'll show you my layout. Obviously my layout is going to be totally different to yours on your seat. So I'll show you my one so you get like a rough idea, and then I'll show you inside the car where I'm going to put the switch. So yeah, let's get on with that. I'll do this, I'll show you this, I'll show you where I'm going to put the switch, and then we'll get it all bolted back in. So guys, this is how I ended up routing it in the end. I didn't really put anything up here. I've got a bolt going through with a nut on the end just to hold the relay in. I just wanted it nice and sturdy. I nipped that up. The wires going to the power and the negative, and the plug for the switch are going down here, because I'm not going to put this plug on. I'm not going to put the switch on the seat. I'm actually going to put it in the centre console. So that's going to go off, and that will then scoot off to the side into the centre console. So that's going down there, just zip tied on there. These go in. That's to the top half of the seat, and that's that's to the top half of the seat. Sorry, being plugged in, and then that's to the bottom half, also being plugged in. All just nice and neat. So nothing dangles down. So I'm now going to get the seat in the car, show you where I'm going to put the plug. I have to drill to put the plugs to drill and put the plug into where I'm going to put it. I'm going to show you in a second. Bolt the seat in, wire it all in, and then I'll do the same for the other one. But I'll show you this one working, and that'll be the end of the video. I'll do the other one off camera because it's been quite a long process as it is. I'm sure you don't want to watch it again, you know. So it'd be the same exactly the same process for the driver's one. But obviously, you're going to watch it. So I'm going to get this seat now back in the car, get these up for its center console and show you how I'm going to do it. So guys, we're in the inside now. I've got the seat back in. I actually want my switches here and here. So I'm going to pull this panel out. This literally does just pull out. With a bit of force, it does just pull out. I'm going to have one there and one there. Obviously this side will be this side and that side will be that side. So I'm going to take this panel out. It's held in, but you've obviously got the traction control light there. So I'm going to take this panel out. I'm going to drill the holes, get them centered, drill the holes. And then I'll put the wires through to the center console. If I take the gator out, I can reach through and grab them. So we're going to do all the wiring under there. So I'm going to get this panel out, I'm going to mark it up and get the holes drilled, and then I'll show you it with the buttons in. But yeah, that's all for now. Hey guys, that's the holes drilled. I'm about to just put the plugs in, and then yeah. So guys, that's the panel complete. I'm going to get in and wire up the passenger side, and then I'll get on with the driver's side. So it's all wired in now. As you can see, the wires come out the bottom. Go and take the switch, wire it up into switch to live. So that's sort of like medium setting. It's like the lowest setting for the heat, and then that's the highest setting, and then in the middle is off. I'm going to plug that ABS plug in now, and then when I do the driver's side, plug that in, and then that will work as well. Push all that back in, and that look quite neat. Put that all in there. That look quite cool. Looks quite OEM. So yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe, and for all the other videos, go watch them to catch up on the caddy. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.